Welcome back to Sensenig's Landscape Supply. My name is Justin. Today, we're going to be going up to Rochester to a job site to check out Polysand. We're actually going to be installing it. Yeah, this is January in New York and installing Polysand. That sounds crazy. I'm actually at the Geneva location right now. They're telling me that somebody dropped off some stuff. I already started my New Year's resolution. No sweets. And check this out. This is going to be painful. The video you're about to see was shot here a couple days ago. It did not turn out quite like I wanted. We had quite a few things that just didn't go as well as we wanted, and I wasn't going to release the video. The sales guy that was bringing this new sand in got a late start, and then there was a misunderstanding between the sands that we were going to be using. So this is not a sand that we actually sell and promote, and that's kind of why I was like, I don't know if I want to release it. But that's what we do in the wintertime. We try out new things, and not only that, with video, now you see what I do in a day. There's just many different things that we test out and we do and we're working on in the wintertime. This job was cold and it was hard work. So you contractors out there, kudos to you. You guys do a hard work. At the end of the day, it was a lot of fun and I learned quite a few things. I want to make it clear though, this is not a sand that we really promote. If there's a special job where it's a driveway that is a high traffic, or maybe a pool where it is constantly wet and never dries, this is probably a product that you could use. It is a bit more expensive, but most of the jobs and the product that we promote is Easy Joint and Easy Joint Pro. And I'm going to be getting into that later sometime here in the next couple weeks. Talk about more of Easy Joint and Easy Joint Pro. Those are the products that we are promoting. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll try to throw in some pictures of the finished job at the end. As I said before, when I go between stores, I often got to take stuff with me. Today, I'm taking some foam, double expanding foam. So this allows us to get product transferred a little bit faster. Sometimes contractors or customers will need something right away. And if someone's going up there, we transfer it. And if someone's going back down and they need something down here, we transfer it. So it works out pretty good. All right, here we are in Rochester at our store. It's 32 degrees out and it was snowing on the way up here. There's some clouds and they want a Polysand today. This is really crazy. So we're gonna see what this special sand is that goes on in the middle of January. So typically Polysand, what it's used for is for in the joints between the pavers or natural stone that you're putting in, and you can see it here. It's that sand that interlocks the pavers or the natural stone together after every project. It is always kind of the last piece of the puzzle. You have to put this Polysand in, usually when it's dry. And the contractors, if you're listening or watching this, you don't get paid till the job is completed, right? And if you're completing the job on a rainy day, well, you can't Polysand. You can do everything but Polysand. Polysand is the last piece. And this is in the middle of January and we're Polysanding. We have a guy here that is going to show us a little bit about Polysanding in the winter time and what this Polysand is. And we're gonna actually install some sand today at a job site. The job site is actually a mile or two here from our store in Rochester, and we're actually going to meet one of our contractors out there, and they're going to also help with the sanding job. So here at the job site, this is a driveway just at the end. So for those of you that are not familiar with Polysand, Polysand is what goes in the joints of these pavers, and it locks them up, gets them tight, moves so that you can't move them back and forth, and it will shed the water. Some of the sand that you can get is permeable. Here is the job that we're going to be doing today. So we are a landscape supply company. We do not install, but today we're going to just help install. We want to see how this sand works. This is really unheard of, to be putting Polysand down in the winter time. If you're familiar with Polysand, it needs to be laid down when it is dry, and not just a little bit dry, but bone dry, so that it will set upright. So we're here today to learn, as well as the contractor, and I have some of the sales guys here with us. Our marketing guy is Ben. We have Chris. Chris works in the Rochester store. Shane as well. Randy. And you guys, Randy? Hunter. All right. They're going to be helping us install. The installer today is KD Hardscapes.
Hi, Kevin Dennis with KD Hardscapes. Mail install suits with SHS distributors.
Okay. And do they call it Polysand?
No, they do not.
Okay.
This is an epoxy resin product that we're using here today.
Okay.
And I can kind of run down. And so polymeric sand is activated by water. You put it in, you wet it to activate it. Epoxy resin is a chemically activated product. So it's a chemical reaction that's going to make this product turn hard. And we have one other product as well called Easy Joint. That's the best way I know how to describe, more of a single part urethane. It cures as it dries out. So polymeric sand, you need water to activate it. Easy Joint, you need air.
Yep.
And epoxy resin is chemically cured.
So this is January, like it's cold. This will work?
We are pushing our limits a little bit with an epoxy resin, just because of epoxy resin. You have to be a little careful with moisture and temperature. But because the next couple of days are above freezing, we're going to give it a shot. We do need to cover this up after we're finished to make sure that it stays warm enough.
Okay. But say a typical job in the summertime, let's say you wrap up the job on a Friday afternoon and you want to get paid and it's raining, can the guy still install this? Or not installing in the rain?
Epoxy resin, no. In a damp condition like today, a little bit of moisture, yes, but not in a downpour.
Gotcha.
However, Easy Joint is a different animal. We can do that in almost any weather.
Awesome.
You can do that in the rain if you want to.
So Shane is the guy that sold this job to KD Hardscapes, and he's going to tell us what product is on the ground here.
So what we have is quartzstone basalt color. This is the quartzstone.
Okay.
Then we have copthorn.
Okay.
And then the rest is all
We're not pouring that out.
pebble taupe and dawn mist mix with a basalt quartzstone.
Okay.
And the copthorn is a burgundy red color.
Awesome.
And that's what the whole project is.
And it's Unilock. All Unilock.
Yep, Unilock product.
So we got Easy Joint Pro, and Romex.
Correct.
And we're going to be installing the Romex today?
We're going to be installing the Romex D1 today.
Okay.
On this project. So Romex D1 would be good for driveways or for jobs around swimming pools that hardly ever dry out or something like that. Any job really that you want a very durable, long-lasting joint. So Easy Joint. Easy Joint comes in a vacuum sealed bag and hardens with air. So as opposed to polymeric sand you dump out, brush it in on a dry surface, wet it to activate it. This you can put in the ground in wet conditions. You could do it in the rain. Sweep it in. As it dries out, it hardens. So it's air activated, kind of like Elmer's glue, if you will. Easy Joint Pro is a two-part epoxy.
Is that supposed to be wet in there?
Yes.
Oh.
Easy Joint Pro is a two-part epoxy resin. The one part is already in the sand. This is the hardener. And so what we do with Easy Joint is we mix this up with the hardener, dump it out, sweep it in, and it will cure chemically. So it's an epoxy resin.
Gonna cure no matter what.
It's gonna cure no matter what, yes.
Yeah.
This is not for the faint of heart, if you will. This is for somebody that knows what they're doing. It's for the professional to install.
Don't try this at home.
Romex D1 is very similar to Pro. It's packaged a little differently. You have your activator and your hardener resins, and you mix it with sand in a bucket on site. So very similar products.
So we're gonna mix it with sand, and then we pour it out on the pavers.
Squeegee it in, and after a bit you come along and you sweep it at just the right time, and you'll see the end result.
Good to go. Awesome.
Yep.
What we need to install this product are these components right here. So this is a mixing beater. You need a drill yet, which we have, but not right here. A broom and a squeegee, and then you got your whatever that epoxy is that goes in and gets mixed in. And we just need water as well, right? We're gonna put water in there.
That's right, just a little bit of water.
One of those goes in every bag.
Yep.
All right, here this stuff's gonna go down. All mixed up in a bucket. And they use a squeegee to level it out.
Keep going this way. You want some?
Yeah, just keep going this way. Now it's up. There's a corner that is pretty raw. For about an hour and a half.
All right, guys, so many bags later, we are still mixing, and we got this project about wrapped up. So far, it's looking pretty good. So after it gets squeegeed in, they sweep it, just kind of sweep the grit off, and then it sets up and gets hard. So I learned a little bit about Polysand. This Polysand, or I say sand that goes in the joints, is kind of technical. You don't want to just put it in any driveway like he was saying. It's more for wet or maybe extreme surfaces. So it's not something that you just want to put in every day. We're gonna get into more easy joint and regular Polysand and tell you about them, but there is other homeowner friendly or DIY friendly and contractor friendly Polysands that you can put in the middle of winter that will lock up and get hard and work perfect.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.